Okay, welcome back. This tutorial will teach you how to curve text along an arc. Earlier we learned about text and how to create text and edit text, change fonts, and maybe even position it horizontally or vertically and align it, and that's down here. But this one we're going to try and curve this text along the arc of the cutting board. And so the key to this is to create an arc, and then we're going to move the text to the arc. So that's basically it. Before we start though, we're going to create a new layer. Remember that over here, add a layer. If you can't find or remember where layers are, here, let's close this for a second. It was under layer, and if you hit this bottom part here that says layers, it will create this or show you this menu over here. So the new layer is going to be called curve, and we'll say add. You can call yours whatever you want. Curve seems like it works for me. And then the tool we're going to use is the Bezier curve tool right here. And I'm going to create a straight line across, can be anywhere really, but we don't want to go too far down because it will make more work. So I'm going to make it along up here. And when I draw a straight line, I'll hold the left mouse button, I'll click it once, and then I'll pull. And then my next click is going to go where? Well, I want it to be horizontal. Doesn't matter how far, but I want it to be horizontal. But the problem is, how do I know when I'm horizontal? Well, what you do is you hold the control button down while you're moving, and if I was, you can see how it snaps. It goes up there, or it goes there, or it goes there. Well, we want it horizontal, so my next click, holding the control button down, I click there. Now it says, do you want to draw some more? And I'm like, no, so I just push enter. Okay, so the next step, now that I have this horizontal line, zoom in a bit, is I'm going to start drawing along my curve. Now right there it's found the snap point right there. It sort of gives you an X that you can hardly see, but that'll be the beginnings right there. And then I'll just start moving along the line. You'll see how it makes a little red X ahead of me there. That tells me it's found the line. How many of these, like how long should my segments be? Well, that's up to you really. I mean, you gotta have a few. But you don't have to have 1,000 of them or anything like that. I'll just go right to there. Okay, so I'm saying that's done, so I'll hit enter and see how it makes a box around that curve that I made. You can't really see the curve, but if I go to my pick tool and I turn off my, board? Turn board off. Now you can see the curve. I mean, I can get rid of that if I want now too. This line I don't need, so I'll hit delete. There we go. It was only used temporarily. Now I have this curve. What am I going to do with it? Well, I'm going to actually have the text curve around that line. So what you have to do is you hold shift and pick both the curve text and the curve itself. And then what you're going to do is go up to your text menu and pick, where is it there? Put on path. Boom. Now it's way down here, but I can, if I pick it, zoom it way up to the top here. That's not zooming very much. Let's see. Bring it back up, and you can see it has curved to the arc that I made. Now, if I turn off, and maybe I should watch what happens. If I turn off my curve, I'm going to lose my text. Oh, I thought it was. I thought it was on that layer, but it isn't. Okay, that works out really well. I'll turn off my curve, boom, and my cutting board's back on, and now I can bring my text down and fit it along the arc of the cutting board, just like that. So you could curve as much as you want all the way around if you want. Pretty much it. So now we could, well, here's the other thing. What if I had it like this and I wanted it to get back, but I want it perfectly aligned? Well, if you remember our alignment tool, we can turn the board off for a second. There we go. You see this curve is still in line with the board, so what I can do is I can pick this curve text, I can hold shift and pick the curve itself. I can go back up under object, down at the bottom, align and distribute. We used that earlier, and align them along the middle like that. And then I can turn off the curved board again. So you see my layers is underneath this menu here. Well, I can close that menu. I can then go find curve and turn that off. I can turn the board back on, and my text is nicely aligned with the curvature of the board. Move it, you can use your arrow keys to slide it down a little bit if you think it's too close to the edge. That sort of stuff. But that's how you can make text aligned to the board. And by the way, this is still text, so you can still go in and edit it just like you would normally. There it is there. You could say, I don't know, this text is now, I guess I should capitalize it, is now curved, and hit apply. And there I go. Close that. And it looks like it's moved off a little bit, probably because it lost a little bit of centering there. So that's generally how you do it right there. Curving text to follow an arc.